Alright, what the shit is a TS-54? Well, it is the first functioning American tank with a double barrel gun system. So it's actually the third with a double barrel system, but the only one that actually works. So the first one is the MTLS at tier 3. So it has a twin barrel 30 or 37mm gun, but it's a 37 that they treat as a autocannon, even though it's just dual cannons. So Wargaming never corrected this vehicle after the introduction of the IS-2-2 or IS-3-2 or ST2, but laziness, I guess. And I think this is the second American tank with a double barrel system. Technicality, it is the combat car T7. So it has a 30 caliber with a 50 caliber. They treat the 50 caliber like a autocannon, even though you could just hold down the button and just shoot all the time. So they treat it as a autocannon for some reason. I get okay. And it has a 30 cal with it as a coax, even though it could be considered as a twin barrel system in the turret. But then again, you can also have like 3 machine guns or 4 machine guns. Like there's 3 30 calibers and 1 50 cal. So technicality, but it is the first vehicle that actually has a twin barrel gun system similar to the Russians. So the TS-54. Now let's take a look at the HD pictures and all the junk, but it should be a 94mm for the gun, 2 of them, but it is based off of the British 32 pounder ammunition. So kind of a weird choice, I guess, but alright. Cupola doesn't seem that big. Does have kind of a periscope ears similar to the T-29 in the back, a little bit like the T-29. Well, that's a mug shot. Alright. We need the actual model to see the actual armor profile, so this will likely come out later, like 1.17 or so. It's not the current common test, so unfortunate, but just came out last week. So it kind of looks like a Basante in terms of the hull design, but larger turret with double guns. Alright, I mean, machine gun ported to the side of the turret too. Okay, kind of an archaic design, but whatever. Okay, looks like American Basante with a different turret and double barrel, practically. So here are the initial stats. 94mm caliber gun, 200mm of pen, fires AP, APCR, and high explosive. Gold shell is somewhat lackluster for a heavy tank. Usually you want about 270-ish to 280-ish. If you have 300, similar to the 𝘍𝘁, or close enough, that's good for the gold shell, but you kind of need the mobility to shoot at the side armor with this kind of pen for gold shell. Otherwise, 200mm pen for the default ammo is like the old premium tier 8s, so below average. Yeah, below average nowadays compared to like 210 or 220. So yeah, that's slumping a little bit. 280 alpha, yeah, it's about a same alpha as a 32 pounder for the Brits, so yeah, close enough. You do have the double shot, which gives you about 560 alpha, so okay, but it takes about 8.5 seconds to load each gun. And preparation time is 3 seconds, so leading towards the longer end of jamming the 2 shots together. So you have to line up the shots and wait up, or pre-prep for 3 seconds before you fire. So it would be a lot better if this was like 1.5 or 2, but most of the time I just play as a single shot gun for the twin barrel system, but whatever. Block time is 6 seconds. This is basically after you fire the 2 shots together, you have to wait 6 seconds before you start to reload for 8.5 seconds. So adding more to the reload time and decreasing the DPM. Blah. And gun change time, that's for firing the gun and switching to another gun. So that's basically 3 seconds between each shot. But yeah. Accuracy, Russian. Aim time, even more Russian. Why is it so terrible for a 32 pounder for a 94mm gun? That's crap. Well, there are 2 of them, I guess. So it's like aiming 180mm, I guess. 188mm. Sure, if you think it like that, but oh god. It's not even that. Aim time is even worse than 3.2. So, well, 8 degrees of gun suppression, 20 elevation, 40 rounds for a 32 caliber or 32 pounder. It's kind of low too when you think about it. But then again, the reload time is not great, so you won't be spamming the 32 pounder like with the Challenger or the Charioteer or even the Tortoise if you're stock, or even the AT series, the AT-15. Yeah, it's not British tank destroyer levels of DPM with a 32 pounder, or even the Caernarvon for that matter. Oh well. But top speed of 35, reverse of 15, average for American heavy. Horsepower per ton ratio is low, 11.4. Hull traverse of 30, turret traverse of 33. Kind of sluggish. So, don't know the terrain resistance, but it couldn't be that bad with that low of a horsepower per ton ratio. So this is slumping to like Tiger 2 levels of horsepower per ton. So not great. Health. Average 1400. Hull armor is only 102 at the front, so based on the sloping, I'm thinking roughly 175 to 200 millimeters effective on the upper plate. Lower plate is probably garbage, like 100. So armor is not the best, but the turret armor is 305. So based on the small size of the cupola, as well as the rounding mantlet front and the large mantlet front, I think the turret is pretty thick. So that's the only saving grace of this vehicle becoming a heavy tank. So always hull down and use the 8 degrees of gun depression. But it does have coaxial machine gun. Nah, it won't be a weak spot. Maybe the periscopes, but usually they took away the periscopes as weak spots after they changed the T-29, so I doubt it. But 380 meters of view range, low for American. Average for the rest of the heavy tanks, usually you have about 400 or at least 390 for American or British heavy tanks, but radio is standard, above 700. So based on the initial stats, it's not striking that well, I guess. It's average across the board. Mobility is sluggish. Penetration is below average. It's accuracy is bleh. Aim time is god awful. DPM is roughly like not great. So about 4 rounds, or about 4 rounds or so if you do the double shot all the time, but it's not great. Oh, yeah, the DPM is not great. Also, you cannot put a rammer because it's a double barrel system, so unfortunate. Well, you should probably use vents, vertical stabilizer, and likely optics. Optics would do fine, or if you hate the accuracy or aim time, go with the gunner sights or enhanced gun lane drive, one of which, but oh god. So in-game picture and stats, so DPM is 2000, it's alright, but 200 millimeters of pen is bleh. So well, they don't have the hidden parameters when they took this screenshot, so I cannot tell you the terrain resistance, but yeah, the prep time is still the prep time is 2.5. Why did they show 3 seconds? That is weird. So it takes about 16 seconds to load the 2 shots. There are 3 seconds. That's the switch between each shot from one barrel to the next. Fine. And 2 rounds in the double barrel system. But it says 2.5 for the prep of the double barrel shots. Or the double shot. But why does it say 3? Alright. Kind of a mismatch. So typo or... Alright, but it's only 2.5. That's a little bit better than 3 seconds to prepare the 2 shots. But you have to wait 6 seconds after you shoot the 2 shots. Fine. Accuracy Russian, aim time Russian, garbage. The rest, it has decent armor, but for the turret at least. It still feels sluggish. Camo is heavy tank, garbage. View range, below average for American heavy. And you have so many good choices for American premium heavy tank. Like, a lot of good choices. Some of them are here, like the Renegade or the 𝘠𝘸𝘯𝘬𝘯𝘪. All good. T-77 is niche, I guess. The new Yo tank is, I haven't played it, but seems fine. But it's like a subpar Renegade. Somebody said it like that, I guess. Never played it. And the old reliable T-34. Also the Mutant and the Chrysler K. Yeah. So, wow, we're becoming like Russians with a bunch of premium tier 8 heavy tanks. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fuck, we're like Russian. There's so many American premium heavy tank too. Alright, fine, whatever. So, crew of 5. You need 1 additional loader. It is closer to the T-29 and T-34s, but stuff like, I don't think the M103 has 2 loaders. Never mind, M103 has 2 loaders. The E5 doesn't. Yeah, that makes sense. Also, the T-57 doesn't. So, yep. T-32, 2 loaders and a radio operator as well. So it's more catering towards the lower tiers, so that's good. But you do need 2 loaders if you don't have it for the crew training. It's alright. So heavy tank setup, 40 rounds, APCR, shell velocity. Average for the AP round, 878 meters per second. Could be better, but APCR shell is kinda okay, 1,100 meters per second. Average-ish, so you still have to lead a little bit more, but then the 1,400 on the Object 2598 that we covered yesterday, so yeah, it's okay. But yeah, they don't have the terrain resistance on the tracks, so they don't have that unlocked. But standard radio, low engine power for the engine. It weighs about 52 tons or so heavy tank. 33 degrees per traverse. I still don't get why the freak accuracy at aim time is so god awful. I mean, yes, it's a double barrel system, but look at the Russian tanks. So here is the 122. It has about the same aim time and accuracy as a 122, 2 of them, when it's only a 94mm. Okay, I guess, but... well, there you go, folks. What the shit is a TS-54? Initial impressions, but you have so many candidates as a premium heavy tank crew trainer for the Americans too now. So, not to mention the King Tiger they could have gotten from Halloween event. And the Mutant was on sale for Advent Calendar, one of which, when they told us that they're never going to sell this thing, they sold us this thing. Chrysler K has always been reliable, so penetration sucks, but yeah, gold shell spam. 𝘠𝘸𝘯𝘬𝘯𝘬, it's one of the best. You could get it for bonds too from the bond shop. Yeah, Renegade was on Advent Calendar, so squirrely, even though it has a big ass weak spot, but the DPM is high and it's hard to kill if you're brawling with this thing, I guess. The old reliable T-34, not to mention It's everywhere. So, is it worth? And how much would I rate this thing? Well, it's average all the way across the board. So nothing to write home about. And the accuracy and aim time thing is pretty bad for a 32 pounder. I always say caliber. It's a 32 pounder, 94 millimeter. And compared to the Russian guns, like we have the IS-2-2. Let's see. Normally, yeah, the gun, it's a 100 millimeter, 2 of them, but it doesn't take like 0.44 accuracy or 3 seconds plus of aim time, even though I have a good crew, but still, it's almost 2 seconds of aim time and 0.35 accuracy. Also, it doesn't take too long to prep the 2 shots, even though it's only a 100 millimeter. Alright? I mean, also applies to, let's say, where the hell is the 77? I stole that away. There's the, or not the 77, the 703. Yeah, it doesn't take that long. It's a 3 seconds prep, but you only get blocked for 4 seconds, not 6 seconds. Also, accuracy aim time is the same. It's 122 compared to 94. Alright. Muscular Russian men are pretty good. Wait, yeah, it's not an autoloader. It's just 2 guys pumping out shots. Russian bias. God, the guys are super muscular compared to American men. You capitalist pigs, you don't have enough muscles to load the shots or have the aim time and stuff. God. I don't know. I mean, you are aiming the gun, so it takes way too long. Well, there you go, folks. I will rate this vehicle a 5 out of 10. It is average across the board. I mean, it's a gimmick thing, but 200 millimeters of pen, not gonna cut it. It's below average nowadays. Even with that accuracy, even with that aim time, all bad. So actually, I will give it like 4.5 out of 10. It is below average. Health is not stellar. Hull armor is not stellar. Speed is sluggish. View range is below average. I will give this like 4.5 out of 10. Yeah, 4.5. I'm leaning towards 4 now. So I should stop the video before I go down to like below 4 or something. 4.5 out of 10. It is practically average across the board for now. So, I mean, if the hull armor is like super thick, maybe, I guess, that would be like a 5.5. Not really a 6. If this thing has like 230 millimeters of pen with better accuracy, better aim time, hell yeah, about 6 out of 10. But it doesn't. Kind of sucks. So we'll see what happens when the actual model comes to the common test, likely 1.17 later on. But for now, 4.5 out of 10. Kind of bad. I will not play this thing when I already have the Jumbo Pershing or the Renegade, the T-54E2. Yeah, I would not play with this thing. So there you go, folks. Yeah, the TS-54. It's a gimmick, a niche, if you will. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Starry, starry night. Paint your palette blue and gray. Look out on a summer's day with eyes that know the darkness in my soul.